With Nate Burleson and Michael Robinson. What does he mean when he says that he got too close to Ben?
Oh, man. Well, when he says that, you got to understand, Ben is a quarterback, $100 million guy. He's not going anywhere, right? And when you're in this coaching profession and you got Mike Tomlin sitting there as new head coach, had been there just a few years, you're starting to notice this young upcoming coach who's getting real close to a quarterback that's not going anywhere. This quarterback isn't going anywhere. And it seems like to me, Mike Tomlin said, for job security, I got to get this man out of the building for his own job security.
Yeah.
And, Nate, you know just as well as I know, this goes on around the National Football League. I mean, look what happened in Tampa Bay last year with Dirk Cutter, Lovie Smith, Jameis Winston, that whole entire issue going on down there. So it seemed to me like Mike Tomlin said, hey, I got to get a guy that possibly could take my job. I got to get him out of this building.
Yeah, it happens more often than you think. There's coaches that develop relationships with players, and as players, we lean on these coaches. And all of a sudden, within the organization, something that is separate from what goes on the field in the front office, these coaches and the general managers of the team start to make decisions based on their own job security, like Mike said. Now, this is all speculation, but what I can say is I have been on teams where coaches have gotten fired because of the amount of respect the players had for one individual. And if there is a power struggle in any amount, then the head coach will always make the best decision based on his job.
Are you surprised that he's still upset about this? Should he let it go by now?
Nah, I wouldn't. I mean, think about it. I mean, look at the Randy Mosses. We talked about it earlier. Right. Look at some of the the Doug Baldwins of this league who didn't go drafted or went a lot later than they wanted to. For greatness, you have to keep that chip on your shoulder. And I think Bruce Arians, until he wins a Super Bowl, and maybe even if he does win one, he'll still continue to have this chip on his shoulder.
Athletes and coaches are exactly the same, in which that they never forget about who wronged them, who passed them up, who fired them. You look at one of the greatest basketball players of all time, Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame speech.
Get him, Nate. Get him, Nate.
He went off on everybody. So listen, I don't care if Bruce goes out and wins a Super Bowl. He's still going to keep in the back of his mind everybody that looked past him and everybody that got rid of him.
You're saying Mike Tomlin is his
he's
high
on that
school
list.
Basketball coach?
He's on that list.
Something like that.